Welcome back to TSP. I'm Dr. Evil Genius. He is the venerable Captain Paul. Would you like a little captain?
In
you. Okay. So, I was hit with this article by my esteemed co-host, and it spawned an idea for this video. Is sexism a problem in the gaming community? This is something that we've been hearing about for somewhere between 5 and 10 years. Since back in the days of the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, where you can hear really you have a vast array of insults that you could be hearing in the Call of Duty lobbies, from 7-year-olds purporting to have sex with your mom to 30-year-olds purporting to be your father. 12-year-olds purporting to be your father, if you think about it. All these, and you name the insult. I've been called, certain animals, certain primates.
Yeah.
You run the gamut. There's all different kinds of insults, and most of us have used most of the insults that we have heard out there.
Yeah.
But I found it to be pretty interesting what Captain Paul brought to us. So what I want to do first is I want to kind of let Captain here explain to you guys why he thought that this subject was worthy of us covering.
Well, one of the main reasons why it kind of got brought to my attention is, for a long time, me and you both were big Call of Duty fans, right? We played the games for years and years and years, and even
that's how we started our relationship, right?
Exactly. And we played. I've been a big fan of the Call of Duty series. It's probably Call of Duty 3, so I've played it for like years and years. Past few iterations of the game, I haven't been as interested as I used to be, but still, long time Call of Duty player. And it caught my attention because Ghost is like not the main protagonist or anything like that, but he's a pretty important character to the lore of the Call of Duty series, especially the Modern Warfare. And I was kind of shocked that he kind of got quote unquote canceled due to misogynistic statements. So there was a Twitter thread that got put into it that shows like clips of him just saying some vile shit, just calling women, "Get out of here!" I'm not gonna repeat it because I don't want to get in shit, but it's just insult after insult after insult, and a lot of people were like outraged, like, "Oh, he's misogynistic. Oh, he hates women." And it made me really think back. Like, I remember playing on like Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, especially, like the things that you would say to one another in those lobbies were like horrific. You would never say that to a fucking person in real life. Like, I had like people saying like, "I will fucking murder your whole family." A lot of people screaming the N word at the top of their lungs, which obviously isn't cool, but like they're fucking 12, 14
Yeah,
year
but
olds.
nothing that they're saying is cool, and they're being uncool for a reason.
Yeah, like just a bunch of slurs just to get attention and a reaction out of you. And that's why I kind of like got to my attention, because it's like I feel like we kind of just labeling everything misogynistic. I think like certain
Well, hold that thought. Let's hold that thought. Let's let the viewers decide what they think. Comment down below what you think after watching this clip right here.
Oh, it's no sound, no sound. There's no sound to it. You gotta hit the volume.
Hold on a second.
Bottom right.
I'm gonna kind of go back. We're still learning the software, folks. Just give me a moment.
No worries.
While I get this proper.
No, but while he gets that up, it's a very interesting. It's very.
All right, we got it. Yeah, it is a crazy situation. Let's see what this horrible stuff that gets this guy deserving of losing a part of his livelihood.
No wonder why Zombie Unicorn didn't want to come on.
She didn't want to come on, yeah. Because she'd have to actually be amusing.
Yeah, that is the reason.
She couldn't just rely on
here we go.
horrendous cleavage. I said it.
On Twitch.
I meant it.
Jeff, be a nice guy right now.
You came here because you're a fucking simp with a saggy vagine. That's why you came over here. By the way, you can go back and tell that fuckboy that he wouldn't say any of that shit to my face.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a giant. I'd crack him in half, which is what I would do to you if you weren't so fucking ugly. Do me a favor, darling. See yourself out and don't let the door hit your fat ass on the way out. I love how it's always like some dirty, gross, fucking looking emo bitch who looks like she fucking has no chance of getting a bit of dick in her. See you later, Leah. Suck my fat girthy cock, you stupid cunt. I don't give a shit. You're gone. You're done. You're banned. You're out of here. That shit's not coming into my community.
Abusing them. Okay.
Apparently, there's
So
like
after that
more
video, serious and unforgivable sexism. It follows that Jeff Leach does not respect women as equals. So as girl gamers, what do we do as a collective?
Yeah, I'm done with that. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna I'm gonna give my analysis of this. In fact, you know what? Before I give my analysis, let Jeff speak for himself. So, if you take a look-see at the at his response, because he did actually have a response that I thought was appropriate. He says, I'm excited to speak to my lawyers because it seems like there's a personal issue between him and this little beta guy. I look at this Nitro Luke guy as a beta. Why do I look at him as a beta? Because we're hearing all of this about how women are equal and women are strong and women can do anything that men can do and blah, blah, blah. She can speak for herself. But he has to come in riding on his, this white knight riding on his pale white horse. And he has to, he had to stitch all this. He actually took time to stitch together some of his comments. And if you look at the content, you can already sense what the content, you can sense what the context is in what he's saying and who he's saying it to and why he's saying it.
Yeah.
So he said something that I think really does point to some of the problems with sexism in gaming, but not the ones that you might think. So,
Yeah.
if we go, what part of the response is, I can't wait to have this beautiful and majestic legal response go out from my lawyers to him, Jeff said. The more he's edited and manipulated the footage, what happened there is he's presenting an out-of-context assassination of someone's character. That's what he's done. It's embarrassing for him and all his little trolls. So I'm excited to speak to my lawyers and my Facebook partnerships managers to see what can be done about this.
See, well, but
Next one. Wait. Hold on, because this is the thing that I thought was which basically, because I could tell watching the edited video clips together, I could tell. I knew exactly what the context was, but I'm going to let Jeff tell you. For females coming into my chat, telling me I'm disrespecting female gamers on a day where I'm playing with 3 of the biggest female content creators on the platform is absolutely a Nitro Luke's DX fan and is here purely to try and troll. All of the shit that he said was not because they were girls. It was because he was trying to insult them the way they were trying to insult him when they went into his chat harassing him. He didn't go to their platform. They came to his platform. So what do you want him to do? Do you want him to respond the same way he would respond to a male? By saying that she has a tiny penis or that she doesn't get any pussy? No, that wouldn't make sense. You have to make sure that your insults are personalized to your audience. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that he hates women. It's that he doesn't respect those particular women. And when you go back to the original comment, when and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go right back to this. I'm gonna go right back to this. Right back to the original clip. Right? And this is the kind of sexism that I want to talk about. Okay? we're gonna play this. We're gonna play this again. Let's see. I want to make sure that. Let me know if the audio comes through.
No, it's not. Yeah, I think you gotta adjust it.
You said it doesn't?
No, it doesn't. You gotta adjust it again.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it's really, really important for our audience to understand the context of what he's saying here. I get what the issue is. You can't share audio with the window. You have to do it just with the particular tab itself, which is pretty irritating. But I want to go back to, because he had like a personal beef with this one particular female creator, and he is going to kind of shine a little bit of a spotlight on part of the sexism problem in the gaming community. Okay, listen and listen carefully.
Yeah, because you have to actually be amusing.
Yeah, that is the
You
reason.
couldn't just rely on
Here we go.
horrendous cleavage. I said it.
Okay, so when we talk about sexism in the gaming community, okay, and I want to make this very clear, there are some people out there that you can sense that they hate women. Like you can because they're mad at the world. You can tell that they see a lot of broad overgeneralizations. All women are this and all women are that, and we don't tolerate that here on the Talking Shit podcast. We're not here for the guy who is socially inept, who struggles with girls because of the problems that emanate from himself.
Right.
But what we're going to talk about today is a form of sexism that people deem acceptable. Okay? Now, anytime you criticize a woman on the internet, be it in the gaming community or on social media or what have you, any kind of criticism, whether it's warranted or otherwise, is automatically sexism, right? Mm-hmm. But what you just heard from Jeff Leach here is alluding to an issue that I don't think that people really want to address, and that is you have a certain subsection of the female demographic that they don't want any of the drawbacks of being in a hostile gaming community, but they want to profit off of it for reasons other than their gaming prowess. So
they want all the pros of using their woman, like their attractiveness as a woman, but none of the cons that come being in the community.
Right. So if you look at the Mark of J, it took him a long time to make it big in the YouTube, Twitch. I think he went to Facebook Gaming before he quit Call of Duty because it sucks.
Yeah.
More on that later. He had to actually come up with skill. There are, Pamaj,
Yeah.
the sniper guy.
Yeah.
The dude doesn't have like the greatest, personality, or at least he didn't when he was coming up. But he was able to get followers because he was able to do things in the game that most people couldn't even dream of doing. If you looked at his sniper montages, oh my God, you think the motherfucker's cheating.
Yeah.
Right? Okay? If you look at a lot of the guys that made it big on YouTube, it took them a very, very long time to get a significant following. There are guys who are putting out fucking stupendous content that still have no chance of reaching the levels as some chick that just got on, put on a low-cut top and some pink, bunny ear fucking headset, and all of a sudden, overnight, 200,000, 500,000, 1 million followers. Everybody's dropping donations.
Yeah.
They're selling canisters of bath water. Right? So you want to profit
Oh, fuck, I remember that.
off of the guy that struggles to have success with women. But if you get even a small taste of what us men have been getting from each other in those communities, because, these are the spaces that we're in. This is where we go to let off steam because we can't go outside and do it because you know what that leads to. Right?
I just think for me personally, like kind of going back to the whole issue, to the issue as a whole, right, with Leach, those clips were obviously taken way out of fucking context. You can even just tell they were heavily edited, right? Like, because it just jumped from one scene to the next scene to like.
But you can already feel what the context was
Yeah,
when
you
see because the
Right.
thing is he couldn't cut the whole thing and not let us understand that he was talking to specific people coming through to his chat.
Exactly. And I think anybody that has a fucking brain can see he was addressing either one or a couple specific viewers that are coming in there just to fucking troll him, and he was addressing them and he was insulting them. One of the things to me that's crazy is that these women gamers want to come into these these areas where they know a lot of shit talking happens in, like, especially first person shooter video games. It just happens. It's just a part of the culture. It's actually like people, oh, that's extremely toxic. No, that's just fun. You're just fucking talking shit to one another.
I mean, it's toxic fun, but that's what we do.
But that's one of the things I just don't necessarily like. I did watch that whole video, like with those panel of like women, those women gamers that are like, oh, we got to stand up and all this crap. And it's like, no, you just got to learn to, like, if you're gonna fucking go into someone else's stream, someone else's platform, and you're gonna start a rhetoric of like fucking insulting them or calling them a fucking misogynist or whatever, expect to get fucking the equal amount of fucking force back. You know what I mean? Like, if you're fucking insulting me, I have full right to fucking go at you, no holds barrel, and just unload on you. You know?
Wow, you just mixed two idioms.
I know I did, and it was so I think for me as a
Peak talking shit from Captain Paul.
So for me as a person like that, I play in this community, I've streamed, even in my NHL community, it's like, dude, we just talk a ton of fucking shit. And it's great, like, when you go back and forth. If you don't want to deal with the toxicity, then don't come into a space being a toxic person.
Yeah, can we talk on that? Can we touch on that for a second?
Yeah, we can.
Can we touch on that for a second? What is it with certain people who want to force themselves into communities that didn't want or need them there in the first place, and then try to change those communities, right? Like when we did the online gaming, we played war games like Call of Duty and stuff like that because we were looking for a hyper masculine, competitive environment to blow, like you said, you know, kind of release your toxicity, blow off some steam, hang out with your friends, say the kinds of things that proper society says that you should not be allowed to say. So what you do is you practice your freedom of speech in private, right? Like, isn't that pretty much what, you know, like when women go to the beauty parlor, they talk about how all men are trash and all, you know, niggas ain't shit and all this stuff.
Tiny dicks, have no money. Like, yeah, like it's just one of those things that if I go into a community and I kind of know what it's about, right? Like, I'm not saying you should go into a lobby and someone just fucking insults you at, like, for no fucking reason, like, again and again. Just mute the person or fucking block the person on the Xbox or PlayStation servers, right?
Wow, that's so difficult to do,
like,
Paul.
So, like, if you have an issue with someone online, I just don't have any communication with them. But if you're going into someone fucking community or even just in a lobby and you start saying, like, a bunch of fucking fucked up shit, dude, people are going to respond to that. And what I don't like seeing is, I feel like this happens to a multitude of communities, is that, like, when you have someone come in that's, like, not necessarily, like, from the jump with that community or hasn't been there for a while, and they're like, they come in and they're trying to fucking, oh, like, well, I want it this way, and they try to, like, it's like they try to fucking peer pressure people, like, oh, well, that's fucked up, you can't say that, can't say. It's like, listen, like, if I want to say some fucked up shit between me and my friends that I know is, like, I would never say in fucking public, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like my place to blow off.
Are you talking about like the last time you called me the?
Whoa, wait. Whoa. No. You ain't doing that to me. You ain't canceling me for that, bro. No.
Oh, man.
Don't you ever fucking. I'm the white person here. I'm the white person here, bro. Like, fucking pitchforks, fucking fire, fucking will be outside my house in a fucking. No, that's fucked up.
Oh my god. Oh,
bro. You fucking trying
oh my god.
Fucked up.
Oh shit. I just canceled the captain. I'm the captain now.
Bro, that's so fucked up. But like, nah, like, I just think with this whole situation, it's absolutely ridiculous that, yeah, he said some fucking shit, but like, honestly, that was pretty tame compared to some of the shit I've heard on Xbox Live or like PlayStation. Like, that was tame, right? Am I wrong in that? Because like I've been called so many fucking worse things than that, and like called like an emo fat or whatever. Like I've been called far worse, and like people like, oh, like, you know, oh, they'll burn your whole family alive or some fucking wild shit, some shit I can't repeat on stream because I don't want us to get banned. It's like,
Right.
you know, I just, it's like I'm tired of when it comes to women in the community, because this goes down to Anita Shirkezian. It's like it's always like this victimhood, right?
Yeah.
It's always this thing of like, oh, we're the victims, we're abused, we're marginalized. It's like, no, like you're not marginalized or victim. Like if anything, women are put on such a higher pedestal than men in a lot of mediums.
Automatically, and it's
yeah.
our fault, and it's our fault because
yeah.
these girls don't get those followers. Like if you go to you know, an e-girl and you know, and you look at our followers list, there's not many women there. No. There's not many young girls there. It's a bunch of prepubescent, pubescent, and late, you know, teen, early 20s males, and the occasional, you know, dirty old man who's, you know, got the pizza face.
Yeah.
In his mother's basement still. I don't think he knows that his mother passed away 3 months ago upstairs.
No, and I don't agree. I don't disagree. I do think a lot of that does fall on us as the men in the community, because we eat that shit up, and they just fucking like they flash some cleavage, and dudes are like subscribing to our Patreon or OnlyFans. I just think I don't blame them for playing the game. Play the game, but fully recognize the whole rules of the game. Like you're gonna have to deal with a little bit of toxicity, just like a man is. Like it's not just a woman thing. Men, dude, like I'd be streaming hockey, man. I have people calling me a ton of freaking slurs, like just randomly. And if you don't like it, I don't ban people because I don't really give a fuck. But like, if you don't like it,
does one of them start with the letter L?
Maybe.
Fucking leprechaun.
But one of these fucking people, to me, it's like if it really fucking bothers you, just ban the person and remove them from the chat. Or you know, it's really so simple. I feel like we make like mountains out of molehills. Like we
absolutely,
really
but it only goes in one direction. You know, Kevin Samuels, I think he was one of these people that the first person I heard the term one-way aggression. The modern woman is used to one-way aggression. She wants all of the benefits of being in certain spaces, but she doesn't want any of the detriments that are inherent to being in those spaces. Because I don't think that you heard a whole lot of guys going on the internet talking about, oh, I went into this chat room and this 12-year-old called me a blankety blankety blank blank. Right? Like, it's just kind of like, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire back. Because how fucking weak is it to have somebody say some fucked up shit to you and then you go cry about it to somebody else? Like, that's not how we handle things. We handle things internally. So, you know, I think that part of the problem is the entitlement that we are seeing, but also we have a problem with guys like Nitro Luke, these fucking betas that want to ride, you know, yeah, women are equal, so I'm gonna cape and I'm gonna deflect all the bullets coming her way. Like that's a form of sexism. That's a form of sexism too, buddy.
But my thing.
What you think you don't think that she can? You don't think that she can speak for herself and fire back at Jeff Leach herself if she wanted to?
He's not making her equal. He's making her above himself. Like that's the thing. It's no longer equality. He's putting himself, like he's putting her on this gigantic pedestal like a fucking goddess in a way where she can't handle herself. Like her fucking followers got to go out there and do the dirty work for her. It's like if I had a fucking issue with someone, I just address it. Like that's just, I don't know, that's just a grown man shit. But like to me, it's like if I have a fucking issue,
it's a grown adult shit.
Like just fucking deal with it, you know. And I think you know, as a whole, with the whole like toxicity in gaming and stuff like that, it's just so fucking overblown. Admittedly, I'm kind of tired of it. This is because they take out of context clips, and this has happened to a lot of fucking streamers and stuff, and then they get vindicated later on. And they take out of context clips to make a fucking person look horrific. Like I could take even clips of this podcast, even this segment, and I could splice it up, and I could make either of us look like horrendous human beings.
I already did. I already made you look like a horrendous human being.
Oh yeah, I know, and fuck you for that. For me, as a whole, it's no big deal. Like I think it's fucked up. You got fired by Activision. I think these companies just fucking react now. They don't actually like do any due process. It's like, oh well, fuck this guy. Any type of bad attention, I'm firing him. Instead of like actually looking into the content. And I'm just so sick and tired of women being like these these fucking victims in every single aspect. It's like, no, like you come into a fucking stream talking shit, I'm gonna talk it right back. Like be prepared for that shit.
Right.
So, I'm just admittedly tired of it because it's been what I would say probably the past 6 to 7 years. That's been a big thing of like trying to get more women involved in games, stuff like that. And they should.
Right.
Like women should feel welcome in the community. I don't want to get that twisted, but let's not act like women just can't handle themselves.
Right.
Let's not act like they're fucking untouchable.
But I'll go a step further and say that most of the time, these women, when they come into these gaming communities that are inherently toxic, because let's not pretend that what we're seeing isn't what we're seeing. It is a violent video game where people get blown up, shot up, stabbed up, missiles, all kinds of shit, blood, gore. They made a video game out of the worst that humanity has to offer. But then you're supposed to be, I think there's a female on the other side. It's all daffodil and rainbows. No, this is a hostile. It puts you in a hostile frame of mind when you play the game in the first place. So if you want to talk about sexism in gaming, you're too harsh. The girls actually get treated less harshly, by and large, than the males treat each other.
Yeah.
A lot of times you see a girl come into the lobby, motherfuckers start simping most of the time.
Can I say this with the whole Twitch, not to cut you off, but the whole Twitch streams, that also goes into it as well, like these streamers and stuff like that with the men and stuff. To something you said earlier on about with women, it's just far easier, correct? I think I get a little aggravated in this aspect that these women act victimhood, but they're using their assets, like literally their assets, to kind of monetize themselves, right? Like they're just monetizing themselves. And where you see a lot of women streamers that will literally do anything for attention. You know how many like women streamers that we've seen that like have a fucking OnlyFans, like, oh, well, subscribe here for fucking like illicit pictures. How much of a victim can you be if you're fucking raking in the dough? You know what I mean? Like if you're fucking capitalizing off this fan base that is so goddamn toxic, would you not be involved in it any longer? Wouldn't you change games maybe? Wouldn't you just change the community? Or maybe I'm wrong. Am I just ignorant thinking that way? Because if I detested this community so bad and I truly didn't like how it was, why would I still be making content for that community? That's what doesn't add up to me. Like if you're so victimized, why would you stay in it?
Well, I think that because I had a very similar question, but I was going to come at it from a slightly different angle. Mm-hmm. We're talking about all of this sexism, and we know from experience that female gamers, by and large, get less harsh treatment overall than their male counterparts in these hostile environments.
Yeah.
If we want to talk about sexism and you want to talk about disproportionate representation of, then we'd have to make sure that we keep that same energy across the board. Mm. Are these women performing in the games on a level that dictates their followership? Are these girls getting, these e-girls, are they performing at high levels, at e-sport level? Are they getting the high scoring gameplays? Are they getting these kinds of things done? Right? Does their gameplay how do I say this? Does their gameplay
like justify?
Right, that's the word I'm looking for. Does their gameplay justify the level of money that they make, the amount of followers or subscribers, etc., is that commensurate with that? Because when you look at it, a lot of them are really not that good. In fact, some of the ones that I've seen have stopped playing the games altogether once they get a certain amount of followership, right? And then they sit there and they say nothing with their chest out like this, and they're just, oh, thank you for the money. Oh, yeah, thank you for more money. Please give me more money. Please give me more money. More money, please. Please put some more money. Please. Right?
Our Patreon's down below if you want to subscribe for more.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree. It's like I just think it's disproportionate the amount of success they get for I get it. There are some streamers that even some male streamers that are just more personality based and they're just funny dudes and you want to just sit back and fucking even if they're not that great. I get that. But I'll say that even those those top end personalities are fucking hilarious. They have a woman that's just pretty good looking, like a 7 or 8 on the scale, will be far easier for them to overcome that guy's follower count or subscriber count. It's just far easier for them to attain. And I'll just put it this way. I'll just kind of end. And this is what I think for me. This is just my own personal take on this. Is I guess what I feel is kind of funny when it comes at least to the Twitch and YouTube guidelines is that you can't have sexual content, you can have this. I'm like, well, if a girl is pretty much fucking half naked on stream, right? Where's the blurred lines and stuff like that? What's sexual, what's not sexual? I understand no nudity of anything of that nature, but it does kind of get it gets baffling. There's this Twitch streamer that I know of that she used to be a porn star, Skylar Gray. She's she's always covered up and everything. And I think in some way, and she makes nice little content, but I'll say this. It is kind of amusing to me, a former porn star covers herself up and keeps modesty and stuff like that, where these e-girls and stuff like that, they're just fucking flashing cleavage, everything, showing their ass on camera as much as they can. It's just, I don't know. It's just very intriguing to see the vast difference, even from a regular, an actual former porn star to some of these e-girls, or what to the levels they'll go just to get somebody to subscribe to their OnlyFans or give money to their super chat. And it honestly, if anything, sexism has played in their favor because there's a lot of male gamers. There's a big male demographic here. It's going to be far easier for them to obtain a lot of monetary gain in this community. So, my whole spiel is let's stop the whole victimhood bullshit. Let's stop acting like women can't defend themselves. Let's stop putting them on this gigantic pedestal they don't need to be on. If you go into a fucking chat, you go into a community, and you go into it fucking lambasting another person, expect to get shit talked back to. Obviously, if you go into a stream or anything else that, hey, you're not even saying anything and people are just attacking you, just mute them, block them, go report them, do what you got to do. But I'm just tired of women having this fucking get out of jail free card and being able to say whatever the fuck they want to say, but not face the consequences for their actions. That's what gets annoying for me.
So we want to hear from you, the viewer. What has been your experience, if you're a gamer? What has been your experience in the community? What has been your observations in the community? If you're a woman, do you see that you are being abused more than the males in the lobbies you go into or in those circles? If you're a male, do you see women getting the shorter end of the stick? Or do you see them getting a little bit more of a coddling, a little bit more of a preferential treatment? Definitely hit the comment section below. Also, if you think that we're just talking shit and we don't know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we've been in these communities for about half our lives, you tell us why we're wrong. And until then, we'll see you on the next video.